Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and today I would like to explain and how to add decimals with order of operation. So our lesson today is order of operation. On decimals. Okay. So let's take this example. If you have 10.8 plus 12.8 minus 9.6 minus 7 plus 9.61. How you add this? Okay, so you look the sign first. The sign is important. So the sign I have here is a plus and minus. There is no multiplication. There is no division. So if there is no division and multiplication, we just start from the left and end it to the right. Okay, so if there is no multiplication and division, there is no bracket, there is no power, you start from the left and end it to the right. So which means add these two first. So 8 plus 8 is 16, 6, you have 1. There is a decimal, put the decimal. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 0 is 3. Then we have 1 plus 1 is 2. We added that 2. Then this number, I will subtract it to 9.6, which is equal 6 minus 6 is 0. Then the decimal, 3 minus 9, impossible, because 9 is greater than 3. So we borrow 1 from here. So here becomes 13, and here will be 1, and the 2 is gone. So 13 minus 9 is 4, and we have 1 left there. So we subtracted here. Again, we subtracted by 7. So that gives me 14 minus 7 is a 7. Okay, so that number I will add by 9.61, which is the last one. So 61, there's nothing to add because it's 7.0. So now 7 plus 9. 7 plus 9 is 16. So that's your answer of this all question. So 10.8 plus 12.8 minus 9.6 minus 7 plus 9.61 is equal 16.61. So first I add these two, I get 23.6, then I subtract 9.6, then the answer is 14. 14 I will subtract it by 7, then I will get a 7, and that 7 I will add 9.61. So that is the total of your answer. Okay, next question. If you have a bracket, for example, 3.87 minus 2.31 in a bracket, then after you divide by 0.2, look at this. So you have a minus, you have a bracket, you have division. What do you do first? First is the bracket. So we need to subtract these two in the bracket. So 7 we subtracted by 1, which is 6. 8 we subtracted by 3, which is 5. Decimal. 3 we subtracted by 2, which is 1. Then this number we will divide 0.2. We have a decimal. We need to divide decimal by decimal. Just I want to tell you one thing. There is a decimal here. I will remove one decimal from here to the right, and I will divide only 2 without decimal. That's another trick. So when you're dividing a number which has a decimal, so if I put as a fraction, for example, simply, so this is equal 156 over 100, because decimal, there is 2 numbers after this, and we divided, this is 2 over 10, okay? So it is decimal, I converted to fraction, to simply easy, then you can see now why I say the 2 only. So the fraction, it will be converted to multiplication, then I will flip the 10 by 2, 10 over 2, it was 2 over 10. So when I am dividing two fractions, I said change the sign of the division to multiplication, then flip the second fraction or reciprocate, whatever you want. So now look, we cancel 1 0 here and 1 0. Then what do you have? 156 divided by 10 times 1 over 2, right? So this is equal 15.6 divided by 2. That's what I said. Just divide by 2 and move the decimal from left to right one place. So you need to divide this. So when we divide 15 by 2, when we divide, we start from the left, not the right. When we divide 15 by 2, the closest number is a 7, because 7 times 2 is 14. So we have 1 left. That one I will add here, it will be 16, but the decimal goes here. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. So that is your answer. So 8.6. This number, 3.87 minus 2.31 in bracket divided by 0.2, the answer is 7.8. And you follow these steps. Okay, so the next example, I will get bracket division multiplication. So together. So 12.8 minus 2.6 in bracket. Then we have division, then we have 0.2, then we have a times 7, then at the end is 7.9. What I said, first bracket. So you do in the bracket first. So 8 minus 6 is 2, then decimal, 2 minus 2 is a 0, and 1. So that is first. After the bracket, we have division. So we do the division before the multiplication. We are not multiplying these two. First, the division. So we have to do the division first. When we divide in this, as last example, we remove the decimal from here, and this moves one step to there. That means this is equal 102.0 divided by 2. Is that clear? So as I said, I remove the decimal here, so it will be 2 only. That decimal will remove one number from left to right. So it's 102.2. So when you divide this two, 100 divided by 2 is 50, right? So it will be 51, right? So that number you multiply by 7. So you need to do now 51 times 7, which is equal 7 times 1 is a 7. 7 times 5 is 35. 357. At the end, you have this. You will subtract it by 7.9. When you subtract in 357 by 7.9, you have to add a 0 here by subtracting, because there is no decimal there. So 0 minus 9, impossible. What you're going to do, you borrow 1 from here, and you put here is 10, and here will be 6. 10 minus 9 is 1, decimal. You have 6. 6 minus 7, impossible. You borrow 1 from here, it will be 16, and here it becomes 4. 16 minus 7 is 9, then 4, then 3. I think that's clear. So that is what you need to know. So you have a bracket, you have a division, you have multiplication, you have subtraction. You do the bracket first, division second, multiplication third, then at the end, you get your answer at the end. Okay, so I hope that will be helpful. Okay, so that's it today. So if you like it, the lesson, share. If you share or subscribe, you will get the new lessons, inshallah, as soon as possible. Assalamu alaikum.